comic book fans everywhere. You are now listening to the official Crossover Comics Podcast with your hosts at JJ's Comic Stuff and at Longbox Entertainment.
Oh, wow, that started recording real quick. What is going on, everybody? You are listening to Crossover Comics Podcast. I am one of your two hosts, Jeremy, and my co-host, Michael, is here with me, as always, a.k.a. Longbox Entertainment. And we've been gone a while, man.
Yes, we have, man. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus.
Yeah, you could say that for sure. We have not talked about a lot of things that have happened this month. It's been kind of crazy.
It definitely has. It definitely has. I don't know, for a second it almost seemed like our show got canceled. But no, it didn't. We just been very busy, you know. We're good to be back. There has been a lot of stuff that has happened in the nerd world. And pretty much that's what we're going to be talking about on today's episode. It's not going to be much of like a format. We're just going to chat, you know?
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we could get the sad topics out of the way early on. We lost two legends this month.
Yes.
In Kevin Conroy and Jason David Frank. We lost Batman and the Power Ranger.
Yep. Yeah. I feel like my childhood is gone. You know what I'm saying?
Slowly, man, it's being whittled away at, for sure.
You know, it's crazy, man. Like, the fact that, like, I've met both of them. And they were such great people, man. I love how they treated their fans. They were just nice men, you know? And just to see them gone and what they have meant to me in my childhood, it is just so, it hits hard. Not gonna lie, it has hit hard.
And both were very sudden, as far as we know.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
like
yes.
Kevin went with cancer, so I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that knew he was sick, but it was kind of like a Chadwick Boseman deal. He didn't tell anybody.
True that. He didn't.
So none of us knew anything about it, and then it was just boom, it happened, and he was gone. And then with JDF, I mean,
yeah, man. All I can say
for those of you who don't know, the news came out that was a suicide.
Yes.
Unfortunately. I'm not going to go into details about the situation because I don't know the details, and that's none of our business, honestly.
True that.
But
the one thing I could say is, like, we check on your people, man. Always check on your people.
100%. Like, I know a lot of people out there talk about that stuff all the time. But the way that happened, it just proves that literally it looks different with everybody.
True that, bro.
You know, because he had tons of convention appearances set up and lined up. He was doing videos and Instagram and TikTok posts, and, you know, like, he was doing all that pretty much up until the day before.
Yeah.
And seemed just fine, but that proves right there you don't know what somebody close to you is going through.
That's right.
So yes. Yeah, like Longbox said, man, just people, make sure those people around you know that you care.
Yeah, check on your people, man. Always check in.
And check on your people. If something seems off, it probably is.
True that. And, like, who would have known, like, especially from, like, his social media presence, you know?
No,
we would have never known.
Inclinations, no nothing.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know he was going through, like, a divorce, and I guess they were fighting the night before or something like that. Like I said, I'm not going to go into details because I don't know details, but
I do know that he was going through a divorce. I do remember reading that. But and
if we know anything about celebrity divorces, those are usually not pleasant situations.
True that. Especially with a man that probably has several Power Rangers royalties, and who knows?
And on top of that, they had kids. So, I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure that was not pleasant. So, and just some people can go and like we don't know also what was going on besides that. That usually there's not just one thing that happens and sets it off.
True that. True that.
You know, something had to have been building up, but
I would tell people. I know. Have you ever heard of Bat in the Sun? The little YouTube channel is called Bat in the Sun. They do like these little fan films.
Okay.
So they were gonna do this Legend of the White Dragon, and JDF.
I had heard something about that.
Yes, he was gonna be starring in it, and I think they finished filming like maybe a couple months back. So that would be like his last performance,
right?
Something. And I think that's supposed to come out next year sometime. But
I'm betting that's gonna probably get delayed a little bit. If I had to guess, not only just because, I mean, the man passed away, but I'm sure that brings up a lot of legal things like, where's this go? Who's getting this? You know what I'm saying? Who's got rights to what?
Yes, yes.
So
I know he was also supposed to be a part of the Power Rangers 30th anniversary special. I'm not sure if he has like filmed anything for that. I just remember David Yost had made a post about it, and for any of our listeners that might not know, David Yost, he was the original Blue Ranger. He played Billy. He had made a post about like because he was going to come back for the anniversary special as well.
Amy Jo Johnson was going to come back.
Yes. Walter.
She just did a like a tribute podcast episode for JDF.
Oh, for him? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to have to listen to that.
That got posted today, I think. I haven't watched it yet, but I saw a couple clips pop up here and there.
Okay.
Because you know those two were super close.
Oh, yeah. Their relationship was so believable on Power Rangers. I mean, at least for me as a kid. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, you know, horrible first acting jobs aside, you know.
Yeah, true that. But it
I don't necessarily look at Power Rangers for its incredible acting, you know.
True that. I mean, like,
but
it meant a lot to so many people. I mean, it was a part of so many of our childhoods, you know.
I was just talking about this the other day with who was it? It was Detroit, and it was Miles, his buddy that's in lives with him all the time, and they brought up like old school Power Rangers. I'm like, y'all don't even remember old school Power Rangers. I went to school with the original Power Rangers on my backpack. Like,
yes, sir, you did.
So, like, I remember the Power Rangers before Tommy showed up.
You like, I remember when Tommy first showed up, man. He was giving the Rangers that work.
Bro, we didn't like Tommy at first because he was evil.
Oh, man. That's insane. That's crazy.
Think about that. Like, us as kids who saw that on TV first time it aired, at first we did not like the Green Ranger. Are you kidding me? He's evil.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no. And then they turned him good, and then it was all good. You know, then he became everybody's favorite.
Right. You know what's crazy? Actually, my first time seeing JDF in Power Rangers was from the movie, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
The goo.
Yes. Ivan, what was his name? Ivan Ooze
Ivan
or whatever.
Ooze.
Yes. Because I wasn't alive when when the original Mighty Morphin was airing, so I caught it later, and I remember having that movie on VHS, and I used to wear that tape out. I used to play it all the time.
Yo, you and me both, man.
Dude. So I knew him as the White Ranger. I didn't know him as the Green Ranger until later on. when I
Oh, I
started.
bet at that point you probably didn't even know the Green Ranger was a thing.
I didn't. I didn't. So like the first time I saw him, he was the White
It was
Ranger.
the
I
White
didn't
Ranger.
know him as the
You
Green
never knew
Ranger.
that Dragon Zord was a thing or
I
any of that.
didn't know none of that. Didn't know that at all.
Wow. Okay.
It wasn't until they
Because see,
started.
in my brain, it's still like I'm still a young kid,
Yeah.
so I just assume everybody remembers everything I do, and I keep
Right.
forgetting you
Right. Right.
guys are like almost 10 years younger than me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like the first time like I saw like the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they were like playing like reruns on like
Mm.
TV or something, and I remember
It was
watching them.
probably like what was it, WB in the morning, or it was on Bandai was putting it out. I can't remember what channel that was on.
Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember catching the episodes where he was evil, and I was so confused. I was like, "What? What is this? Like, why? First of all, why is he wearing green?"
Right.
I was like, "Why is he wearing green? And why is he like whooping up all my Power Rangers, man? What is going on?"
Oh, bro, and it wasn't even like a contest either. Like that's how bad it was at first. Like the
Right.
Green Ranger was just a powerhouse
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. And I'm like,
for
this
no
man had a
reason.
whole
Like
freaking
they never explained why the Green Ranger had so much like
boy,
importance or power. I'm sure they do, but
freaking Rita, man, Rita Repulsa.
I know I got to reread a bunch of the comics because they explain a lot of
Oh
that
man.
backstory stuff in the comic books.
Speaking of that, that is something I always wanted to get caught up on. Are the Power Ranger comics? The only storyline I read was the Shattered Grid storyline.
Okay,
It's where this alternate universe Tommy goes
he
into like
comes
the
back as Lord
multiverse.
Dracon.
Yes, yes,
Yep,
that. Oh man, that was so badass. And I was like,
ruthless.
I need
Oh
to
yeah,
read
the
the rest
Power
of
Rangers
this.
comics are way more intense than the show is.
Yeah, oh, yeah, and they're kind of adult too. They're more
Yep,
mature.
very much more mature.
Like I was like, wow. And then the fact that like the Rangers themselves, they don't have like they're not just happy go lucky, friends. Like they have their own
No, like they
issues
have
with each other.
PTSD. They've got
Yeah,
like,
like
a lot of them are like veterans now, so they've been through like wars and they got
yes.
body counts,
Like they and then they have drama between each other. I was like,
hmm
what?
There's like infighting all the time. Yeah, dude,
Like
it's crazy.
the comic book Power Rangers are something else, man. Like, dude.
The show's for kids, the books are for adults.
Oh yes, 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 most definitely. Don't have your kids read those books, please.
Unless you don't care about what your kids are reading, but
Hey,
it's actually pretty dang violent for Power Rangers, man.
true that, true that, true
Which,
that.
if we really think about it, if you look back at the old episodes, Power Rangers, they're using swords. They've got guns on their hips. They've got, like,
True that.
it was a pretty violent show. They just used sparks instead of blood. Like,
That is true. Someone's always getting murked. Like,
yeah. They didn't, they didn't capture the monsters and throw them in a jail or something. They annihilated, like,
they got destroyed.
100%.
Oh man, yeah.
Ain't no
Oh
taking
man.
prisoners as a Power Ranger. Like,
They're like, what prisoners? What do you mean?
we just destroy everyone. Like,
What do you mean?
teenagers racking up body counts, man.
Heck
And not in the fun way.
yeah, that's on Zordon. They're like a gang, bro. They're a certified
Right.
gang. The Power Rangers are gangs, bro.
They age out. They got to, go retire. They the OGs. They come back when stuff goes real crazy.
Right, right. Oh man, a whole freaking syndicate of protecting the world. Oh man, but yeah. Anyway, man, R.I.P. to Jason David Frank. He will be missed, man. He meant so much to all of our childhoods. Um, yeah, that's all I have to say on that. It's crazy. And then you got our boy Kevin Conroy. R.I.P. to him. For any of our watchers on YouTube, you could probably see that I set up a little shrine behind me of BTAS stuff, and I even have some Power Rangers stuff over here. But yeah, I'm really gonna miss those two. Kevin meant a lot to me. I ain't gonna lie, Kevin hit me hard, bro.
I was gonna say, for those that aren't aware, man, we actually had to cancel a filming of one of our podcast episodes.
Yes.
Because we were gonna film the night that it happened. We were gonna film a episode, and Longbox just wasn't able to do it, man.
I couldn't do it. Kevin Conroy has meant so much to me just growing up. He has always been a part of my life, even before I knew that was Kevin Conroy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, watching those episodes of BTAS on, like, Boomerang or, like, Toonami, you know, meant a lot to me. And having, like, some of the toys and whatnot, it's just so weird. And I know a lot of people have said this, that Kevin's voice is what we hear when we're reading Batman comics, and that is so true. That is so true.
I mean, no one else has voiced him for what, 30 years?
I mean, we have like some couple one-offs, you know.
Yeah, but those are one-offs.
Yeah, nothing too big like Kevin. Kevin has been consistent.
Kevin had 3 whole series, animated series. I don't even know how many animated movies.
Bro.
He's done all the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it keeps going.
He
is Batman.
He is. And
y'all can make your cases for all the live action Batmans, but nobody held the role longer than Kevin Conroy.
True that. He's the GOAT. He is Batman.
Michael Keaton, I'm sorry. I know you feel very strongly that you are Batman, but I'm sorry.
Michael Keaton's holding on to that to the day he's gone, bro.
He says it like he gets invited to do college speeches, and at the end of the speeches, he's like, "I'm Batman," and then just walks off the stage.
Right. Okay,
like, bro,
Mr. Keaton.
chill.
Like, okay, we get it.
Played a lot of other really good characters, man. You know,
right. I'm like, probably half of those students don't even know that you were Batman, bro. Like, dude, they don't care.
Bro, half of them students probably have never seen Michael Keaton's Batman.
Right. Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, man.
The scene in that, the favorite part of that whole movie is not only the Bat credit card with the no limit and no expiration date.
Yes.
It even said expires never.
Oh yeah.
Like or good until forever or something like that.
Yeah.
And then also when he I'm sorry, he goes through the whole movie. His suit doesn't get damaged once. And then at the end of the movie, he just rips the cowl off like it's a piece of tissue paper.
Bro.
What?
I was like, what kind of fruit roll-up mask is this, bro?
Like, why was that so easy for you?
Oh, and bro, if you pause it, you could see that they took the black eye makeup off of him. Right before he... And I'm like, bro, like, come on.
And the rip was so perfect. Like, you know that was, like, pre-cut.
Right.
Because it literally only showed, like, his face. Like, the rest of his head was still covered.
Yes. I'm like, how? Like, how? Like, so much for body armor, right? Like, dude.
Oh, my gosh. Right? Because, like, if you go look at the Dark Knight series, those cowls were bulletproof.
Bro, yes.
They were like hard. They showed him making them, and he's like, "It's too brittle. I need him to make another million." Like, what?
Yes.
Like, I need another 10,000 of these.
Or they had like the little what was it? I remember in the Dark Knight where one of the Joker's goons tried to like take off the mask, and it had like a little electro shocks.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, that's cool. See,
Like, that's the best. Like, dude, that's ultimate security measure. And of course, the
yes.
Joker thought that was the greatest thing ever. He starts laughing. Like,
Right. Oh man. Then you got Ben Affleck. His cowl was freaking bulletproof. This man is out here taking shots to the head. Like,
bro, let's be real. They made Ben Affleck's Batman so overpowered. It's ridiculous.
True that.
He took Superman's eye lasers. He ate it. He got blown back, and it messed him up. But he ate that shit. There's no excuse for that.
Ben Affleck's Batman. I'm sorry. If I was in Gotham,
I liked Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne.
and if that was my
I liked
Batman,
him as Bruce Wayne. I did not like him as Batman.
oh yeah, true that. I feel the same way. But like, if I was in Gotham and that was my Batman, I would not do any criminal acts whatsoever. First of all, Ben Affleck's Batman will kill you. That no kill rule don't apply to him, fam.
No, because he went straight to, we have to take out Superman. It wasn't, no, let's talk to him and see what if we can make a team out of this. Like, no, we got to take him out. That's the only option. Like, immediately. Like, what?
Very, very discriminatory, bro. Like, Batman.
Like, I understand having the contingency to take him out if it's necessary, but for that to be Plan A,
bro,
it's not very Batman-like.
Bro, Plan A was to kill this fool.
Right. That's not Batman. That's not his MO.
I'm like, Batman.
He at least puts him in the hospital first.
But you're gonna let the Joker live, though, Batman? Okay.
Right. The man who's actually done your whole group dirty at every opportunity.
Exactly.
Let him go.
Oh, man.
Superman comes around. Kill him. Like, what?
Like, what's your problem with him?
It's just sometimes Batman just doesn't make sense to me.
He'd be like, I don't know. It's probably his cape. I don't like red. I don't like the color red.
He is one of the most inconsistently written characters of all time.
Oh, man.
He is one of the most inconsistently written.
Oh, bats. Surely. Yeah, I mean, that is true. That is true.
Not saying he's the most, because, well, I don't know if you would call Spider-Man writing consistent or repetitive.
Bro. Did I tell you I dropped Spider-Man?
I have not dropped it yet, just because I want to see if somewhere down the line someone comes in and saves it. But right now, they're bringing Ben Reilly back again.
I mean,
why? I like Ben Reilly. He's a fine character. But can you guys think of nothing else?
They don't know what to do with Spider-Man. That's just the thing.
They don't.
They don't know.
They keep giving it. The problem is, and this is going to sound whiny to some people, I think, but they need to stop giving Spider-Man to people over the age of 50.
Yeah. Yeah. They don't know how to write a young...
They're writing Spider-Man like Spider-Man was written 30 years ago.
Yeah.
They just keep updating things.
Yeah.
Instead of, I don't know, put him in a... Like, dude, this was another thing we were just talking about on a live the other night. Talking about is Spider-Man needs new surroundings.
Yeah.
Desperately. And please, dear God, quit making him go around Mary Jane.
Honestly,
that girl is no good for my man Peter.
I don't got to the point. Either have them together or not. I'm done. Like, honestly, like, stop. I'm tired of this tangle.
Kill off
dance.
MJ.
You think so?
I think so. Like, for like a good 10 years.
Yeah.
It would force him to do something else.
You know what I say? Retire Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Have them get married again and actually have Mayday Parker actually have May Parker canon Spider Girl and have her with those stories, because I am so sick and tired of reading about the same issues with Peter. He always broke. He can't keep no woman. He it's just getting to the point I can't take it no more. Like, Pete, I need some more character development. He is stagnant right now.
He's been stagnant for probably the last 6 years.
Yeah.
7 years.
The only interesting thing that has happened to Peter Parker, and I want to say in the last, I'm gonna say the last 10 years, was the whole Superior Spider-Man, where Doc Ock had went into his body and all that stuff. That was good. That was a change.
Because it was different.
Exactly. And even I would say the whole Parker Industries stuff was cool, because that was different. Because About Time, even though it was mostly Doc Ock doing it, but About Time Peter is doing something with his brain, with his talent. He shouldn't be broke.
Instead of just taking pictures, or, now he's working for Norman, doing whatever. I'm not even really sure what he's doing.
Man, I don't
Excuse my voice today, everybody. I've been dry as hell all day.
No, you're good, bro. It's just that, like, also, why is he working with Norm? That makes no sense to me. Like,
I'm sorry. If I was Peter, Norman would have been dead a long time ago.
I'm like, bro, did Peter forget?
No, that's the thing. Like, he thought Norman was, like, trying to screw with him when he first started working with him. Like, he came in for, like, his first day or whatever, and MJ was there in the office. And he's
like, Norman, what are you doing?
Barged into his office like, bro, what are you doing? Are you trying to mess with me? Like, what's going on here?
Also, why is Kamala Khan working there at Oscorp?
I don't understand it.
And
like, nothing in the Amazing Spider-Man run right now makes sense.
And then when stuff happens, I'm like, Miss Marvel, do you not care? Like, are you gonna, like...
No, she's just chilling.
She's
just
chilling.
Apparently
like,
ain't going to participate in nothing. She's just there to be there.
Sucks.
Which is a total waste of her as a character.
Right? Because she's a dope character.
Let them team up for like a good 10 issues, see what happens.
Oh, yeah. Print money. I know print money.
Right.
You know how many fans...
What I think is about to get a major push is Silk.
Silk. Oh, yeah. Especially with her getting a TV show.
I was going to say, for those who don't know, Silk is getting a live action show. So I guess Amazon, MGM, and Sony have all come to a deal where it's a series of live action Spider-Verse spinoff shows. And the first one is going to be Silk Spider Society. And I don't know what to expect with it, because they haven't released any of the casting or any of that crap. The only person who's involved with it that I know of is Angela Kang, who's going to be the showrunner, and who was also the showrunner on Walking Dead, and she's going to be the director on the Daryl spinoff series.
Okay.
So, should be interesting. Asian woman writing for an Asian character. That's probably a good thing.
Oh yeah. That's a plus.
Because I correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Angela Kang is Korean, and if I'm wrong, internet, I apologize, 100%. But Silk is Korean American character, 100%. So I think that's a really good representation decision on Marvel's part right there. Well, I guess on Sony's part, but
hear me out, Jeremy. Hear me out. I got a perfect. I hope that the Silk TV show, I hope it takes place in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man universe.
Ooh, I hadn't even considered that. Because they haven't said if it's going to be taking place in the current Spider-Man universe for Sony.
Right. Because as you and me both know, and correct me if I'm wrong, internet, because I haven't.
Oh yeah,
read
if we're
these
ever
comics
wrong on
in a
anything,
minute.
we'll admit that we're wrong on something, and we'll correct ourselves in the next episode. So,
Silk, she got bit by the same spider that Peter got bit by.
correct.
And out of all the live action movie Spider-Man, I only saw one spider actually crawl away, and that was Toby's spider in the first movie. It bit him, and remember, it like crawled under a.
Yep. Now, see, here's my only argument against that.
Yeah.
Cindy Moon has already appeared in Tom Holland's movies.
What?
She's one of their classmates.
Wait, for
Her
real?
name is Cindy, and she's a Korean girl.
What?
Yep.
Huh.
In Homecoming and Far From Home. She's only in there for like a couple minutes, if that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like she's a main plot point or anything, but she's in there.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. The scene where they have like the little tryouts for the little what were they called? The little debating team or whatever.
Yeah,
well, they
the
didn't
debate team.
but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you were talking about. It was like a decathlon thing, or a.
You're right.
Sorry, guys, we weren't smart enough to be in those, so we don't know what they're called.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
It was
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
knowledge bowl kind of deal.
Yeah. I was too busy reading comics. I should have been reading textbooks. Oh man. Okay, that's right. Oh man.
So
See,
that is like
that's
the rumor going around on the internet that I have seen so far is that they're possibly going to use the same actress.
Okay, I could be okay with that.
But like I said, there's been nothing official said about anything other than who's operating as showrunner for the series.
True that. Okay.
And they haven't given like they haven't even given like a tease of a release year yet. So I mean, we could be waiting for 2, 3, 4 years for this. It's supposed to launch on like around the same time that the MGM Plus app is going to be relaunching.
Oh,
And it's going to be on MGM Plus first, and then it's going to go to Prime Video, which I thought was interesting. It's not going to go to Disney Plus. It's not going to go to HBO. It's not going to go to none of that stuff like you would normally expect for a Sony movie. It's going to MGM, and then it's going to Paramount or Prime.
Why? Okay. This is my thing. Why? Because I know that Amazon owns MGM now.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that they're doing this whole MGM Plus, right? But why not just combine it with Amazon Prime?
Because if they can get you to pay for 2 streaming services, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, true that. I just don't get it. I don't know.
Because the way I'm looking at streaming services lately is it's basically just a new form of cable. It's just what kind of cable do you want?
True that.
That's why I refuse to pay for more than 2 streaming services at a time. I got Paramount Plus and I've got Disney Plus, and then my household has Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, my thing is, but what will entice me to buy MGM Plus when I know that the show that I'm interested in is going to come to Amazon Prime?
Because it's going to be on MGM Plus first.
Exclusivity. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
They said it's going to be like a month later that it goes to Prime.
I wonder if they're going to do that with a lot of their shows, because I know MGM, because they have the rights to James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which means all those are going to get pulled from HBO and they're going to get pulled from Netflix.
Right, and they're going to probably be on that streaming service. Huh.
And
they need to do
hate
something.
To say it, but man, I'm
license,
giving
too.
Netflix another 10 years.
Netflix ain't like.
There's nothing on it anymore.
Yeah, me and my wife.
It used to be the only thing out there, and there used to be you could scroll through Netflix for a month and never see the same thing twice.
True that.
Now I could scroll the entire inventory in like an hour.
True that. Me and my wife, we only have Netflix for anime. for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and that's it. And low key, we're like
Thinking about getting Crunchyroll?
because we're like we don't even use no, and it's cheaper.
Well, because Netflix is weird. Netflix will get like seasons like 2, 3, and 4 or something, but not like 5 or 1.
Yeah, they're weird. Like when they
it'll give you like the weird in between seasons, and it's like I don't know how this started, and I don't know what happens after now, and
It's
I can't find it because you guys don't have it.
When they had Spectacular Spider-Man on there, they only had the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not? It was only 2 seasons, bro. Just put the other season on there.
Like it's not taking up. It can't be taking up that much bandwidth, bro.
Exactly. I don't know. Netflix is on some weird stuff. I think they're gonna get played out, and like
somebody's gonna buy them out eventually. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already. Honestly, I'm surprised Amazon or somebody hasn't bought it out already.
I can see Amazon doing it. I can see
I've
Amazon
also seen
doing it.
Tubi has been getting a lot of the Netflix stuff that used to be on Netflix is going over to Tubi now.
Yes, Tubi. And Tubi has a lot of
Tubi's
fire
underrated.
stuff. Like for free.
They got a lot of like B movies. They've got a lot of, indie flicks that aren't very good. But
hey, but they got like some old like cartoons and stuff on there.
They've got real good old cartoons on there. They got like 80s and 90s cartoons, which is awesome. They've got like super old sci-fi and horror movies from like the 40s and 50s, like just some random cool stuff on there, man.
It's like it's like a blast from the past, It's like a nostalgia dump.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I was on there one day scrolling through stuff, and I found the entire original series of Transformers.
Yes, that's on there, yeah.
And I binge watched it in like 2 days.
See? Yeah.
The only thing I was disappointed is that they don't have the movie.
Oh, that movie is goated. I love that movie, man.
Best soundtrack of any movie ever made. I don't care what anybody says.
I have that movie on Blu-ray.
At least as far as 80s soundtracks goes, that was the best soundtrack that was ever made in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got the touch.
Bro, that song alone.
Yeah.
That song alone goats it.
Yes, boy. You got Hot Rod, the best Transformer of all time. In my opinion. Like, he could open up that Matrix of leadership, fam. Take that, Ultra Magnus.
Right.
Hey, man.
And then what did Megatron turn his name to after that? It was Galvatron.
Galvatron, yep. Oh, man. I bet our viewers watching this, they're probably like, dang, this is a lot of randomness. Yes, we're catching up, guys. Okay.
Yeah, guys, we literally, this is like the second time in a month I have spoken to this man. Like,
yes. Like, dude, we've been MIA, basically, especially me, bro. I haven't dropped any content on TikTok this week.
I'll say you have been MIA on TikTok. You've been MIA on Discord. You've been just gone in the wind, man.
Dude, it's hard, bro. Like, especially like right now, like I'm in a very busy time with my job at the end of the year. So yeah, got to deal with that stuff, and I just don't be feeling like it, bro. I come home and I'm like, I still have to do like work.
I feel it.
Just sucks, man. Just so that way I'm caught up for the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, man.
No, I feel it, man, because like my last like probably 2-3 weeks has been nothing but getting this comic book store up and running, which it finally is. So
yes, congratulations on that, bro. Hopefully we can
thank you. And speaking of which, I'm not going to name names because this has already been discussed and handled, and it was just it was something stupid that happened earlier today. I was in somebody's live, and like I said, I'm not going to name names, but there was a couple people from our Discord server in there with us. Mm-hmm. And I brought up my store because we were on the topic of Spider-Man, and I'm like, hey, I've got a whole bunch of Todd McFarlane Spider-Man on my shop.
Yeah.
And this person looked at me and said, your prices are outrageous. And I said, what? I said, I go by fair market value. And if the condition is not good, I start taking money off of the price.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm underpriced on some of the stuff I've got on there.
Yeah.
So I told him, I'm like, yo, go on there and show me what's overpriced. Tell me what's overpriced. And if it is overpriced, I'll look it up. I'll figure it out, and I'll reduce the price. You know, if I'm charging too much, somebody point it out and let me know.
Yeah.
He changed the subject. So I'm like, wait a minute. Have you even been to my website? And he went silent. Now, like I said, it's already been handled and, discussed, and it's all good or whatever. No, I'm not mad at nobody, but I just thought it was funny because I'm like, how are you going to not even go to my site and then try to say on a TikTok live in front of people that my prices are overpriced? That's like, what kind of slander, man?
Like, you ruining my business, fam.
Bro, before it even gets started, you tried to sabotage me. Now, if you had been on there and had some, evidence that I'm charging outrageous prices, then show me. And then it changed to, well, I didn't really look at it. I was just kind of glancing through, and I'm like, okay, well, then don't say that. If you didn't really look at the prices, don't say that. That's not cool, man.
No, that's not.
But like I said, it's dealt with. I just thought that was funny. I was like,
well, at least it got handled in the best way possible.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good. It was just I just don't know what goes through somebody's head sometimes.
Hey man, that's why. Look, sometimes people need to realize I'm very nice on TikTok. Like sometimes even like the comments.
Oh yes, we are a lot more filtered on TikTok than we are on this podcast.
Oh fam, like bro, I see so much BS in my comments. Some people saying some ridiculous crap, bro. Like the one person that said,
whenever someone goes into one of your videos and says you need to read a comic, I start laughing every time.
Yeah,
because I'm like, do y'all understand how many comics this man actually owns? He may not have read every single one he owns, but don't tell me this man don't read comic books.
Bro. Bro.
Everybody in our group can prove that fact wrong. About anyone else in the group. Everybody in our group reads comic books.
Yeah, bro.
And a good amount of them.
And especially if it's something that I talk about on my TikTok, I read the material. I'm not talking about something I haven't read. I don't Google stuff. I don't look up stuff. I'm not into that whole thing. That's why I stopped making a lot of videos on like JSA characters. I only talk about the JSA characters that I have actively read.
Right. Or if I want to do a video on something that I don't know, I'm going to do like 2 days worth of research.
Exactly.
And learn about what I want to talk about.
Or at least read like an issue or two on like
at least to get a general
Marvel
idea
Unlimited
of what
or
is
whatever,
going on or something.
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest. At the end of the day, there's free websites you can go to. We're not going to advertise them here because we support our local comic book stores. But there are free websites out there where you can read comics for 100% free. So
that is true. That is true. I've noticed there's a big...
some people that tell me they're like, oh, I can't afford to buy comics. Like, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
If you really want to read them, trust me, there's ways to read them.
Actually, and you know what, JJ? That's a perfect thing I actually wanted to talk to you about. Because I've noticed on the TikTok, on the Clock app, there's been a big debate on using free sites to read comics. And
okay. I do have an opinion on this. And it's somewhat complicated. I do not condone pirating of anything. Because that takes away money from creators.
True that.
However, that being said, people who lack proximity to a comic book store or a bookstore in general, that doesn't leave them with many options.
True that.
And say you're a kid, you don't get an allowance because your family's too broke to do that. You ain't got a job because you're too young to do that, so you can't get like the Marvel Unlimited app or the DC Universe app or whatever the heck, or Comixology. what else do? Do you just stay out of the hobby? No. You're going to get on the internet and you're going to find somewhere to read the shit for free. So in those circumstances, I don't really see a big issue with it. As long as you're not doing that when you have the means and access to do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, if you live 400 miles from the closest comic shop and you make freaking $6.50 an hour, you probably don't have money to go spend on comic books.
Mm-hmm.
So in those circumstances, or the gas to go freaking find a comic book if you ain't near a store, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta have your priorities straight, man. You gotta have your priorities.
So in those circumstances, as long as it's not like a full-blown I'm pirating everything I read, I don't really see a big issue with it.
That's what I say. Because I always, like, I looked at it like this. I was like, you see all this stuff? I was about to say shit, but you see all this stuff? I'm like...
Stuff, shit, two different words, same thing.
True that. I was like, you see all this? I think DC and Marvel can afford me reading something for free. I give them my money.
Especially when it comes to the big two. Marvel and DC, I feel a whole different type of way about it than I do with the smaller publishers.
Yes.
If you're pirating an indie book, you're kind of a dick.
True.
Because indie writers will give you, like, if you ask an indie book writer, like, hey, I can't afford this, but I want to read it. If you ask them nice enough, I bet you they'll send you a PDF.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Especially the upcoming
Like,
ones.
most people who are indie comic creators, they just want somebody to read their stuff. They don't care how. Especially in the beginning when they're trying to get a name out for themselves. True
that. Now, I hope for our viewers now, don't be hitting up Image. Now, Image is different now. They go look at you kind of sideways. But
Image is a whole other beast.
I don't even count them as an indie publisher no more, bro. Like, they are...
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do, but I don't, because they're definitely in the big... They're number 3. If anyone argues that, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Image is definitely third on the totem pole, 100%.
True that.
But at the same time, Image does not own the rights to all those characters and books and stories the creators do. Image just takes a chunk for distribution and publishing. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
They're not an indie company, but they publish indie books.
Makes sense.
So I don't really know what you would call them if you want to put a name on it. I would just label them as the alternative to Marvel and DC. Yeah. Like the direct alternative. Like if you were to use like wrestling as an example, how they've got WWE and AEW now. Mm-hmm. They're totally different products. You know what I'm saying? They're not the same thing, but AEW is now undisputedly number 2 dog. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
It's the same thing with Image. Image has earned its spot. It's not going anywhere.
True that.
Whereas other companies like Dark Horse or Vertigo or whatever, like some of those other companies, they might be a couple bad books from going under. So you may not see a whole lot. Those are indie companies, but they're really not indie titles because those guys like IDW and those people, they do produce indie stuff too, but they've got the big stuff too. They've got like Sonic, Dynamite's got James Bond.
Yes,
you know
they get
IDW's
paid
got
a
Ninja
lot
Turtles.
on
They've
their
got
licensings. Yeah, like their licensed titles. They get paid a lot.
Even Boom Studios at this point, you can't really call them an indie publisher anymore. Because they've got stuff like Something Is Killing the Children.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's a whole franchise in and of itself. Yeah. And when they finally get the show going, oh my God. And they got Power Rangers now. They've got, I mean, you can keep going, you know.
Radiant Black is becoming a big thing.
Yeah. I mean, the way I look at it is if none of those are indie publishers anymore. Yeah. Dark Horse, Vault, none of those guys are truly indie publishers anymore. In my opinion, they're too well known. They're too big. If you want an indie publisher, go look at Kieran Comics, our last guest on here.
Yes.
If you want an indie company, go to Bad Ink Studios, friends of ours on TikTok.
Oh yes, and they make
those are true independent label. Boyd with Shape Man. Is it Shape Man?
I believe so. I remember you talking about.
I'll say if I'm messing that up, I apologize. But you
talking about that book you sent me like a month ago.
No, that was another one, and that's a whole other topic for a whole other day. But,
yes, sir.
We don't have enough time left in the episode to go over that.
True.
Because I did read that, and I was underwhelmed.
Yeah, we'll talk online about that.
Yeah. Not going to put nobody on blast because that's not cool to me. But let's just put it this way, guys. If we read something and you ask us to review it, we're going to give honest opinions. And I'd rather not do a video on something I didn't like than do a video trashing someone's stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
So it is what it is on that front.
Because I didn't do a video on it either. Because I was like,
and that I believe that book was sent to a lot of people on our server. And I didn't see a lot of people do a video.
Yeah.
So, but that goes to show what kind of people that we attract around us for crossover comics, because it's not just me and Longbox. There's like a group of probably 20, 30 of us that are part of this brand.
Exactly.
And we would rather just not make a video on something if we didn't like it than get on there and give it a bad review and make somebody else not buy something. Like, I don't ever want to tell somebody to not go buy something.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And we just don't feel comfortable.
Because just because I didn't like it doesn't mean someone else didn't.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't, and like I said, like we don't feel comfortable bashing people's artwork because someone worked hard on that, man. Like that's something. And
I can't do it, even if I didn't care for it. I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the last person to sit here and dog walk on somebody's artwork.
Facts. And
because how am I going to sit here and say that's bad if I can't even do anywhere near that?
I agree with you.
I'm not a critic. I'm just a guy who likes comic books.
Yeah. Facts. Not a critic at all.
No, and I mean, I guess you could say we're reviewers, but where's the line draw on a critic and a reviewer? Because a critic will dog walk the hell out of something.
At the end of the day,
if they didn't like it, they will come out and just slander a project that they didn't like.
Yeah, true that. I mean, but like at the end of the day, our opinion doesn't matter. No one else's opinion matters. Only yours when it comes to this stuff. Like I always try to say, even with my comic book storyline versus battles that I've been doing on TikTok, which I need to do another episode this weekend. I'm gonna try to knock that out tomorrow, hopefully. But
I got another tournament video to do tomorrow myself.
But even though sometimes I'm like, come on, comic book community, make me proud. Make me proud. And they don't.
See, yours and my tournament videos have proven one thing to me, is that nobody has the same taste on that app. Like, the comic book community is diverse as hell. For all you people out there who think it's just a bunch of, fat, sweaty, greasy white guys sitting in a comic book store, it's not like that no more.
It's not. The fact that
it's evolving like a lot. If you just look at our Discord server.
Yeah, it is.
White people are the minority on our Discord server.
Yeah, true that.
I'm one of like, what, 5?
Actually, now I'm trying to think, like, how many.
Let's see, there's me, there's Cody, there's Jess. There's Bird Boy.
There's Sarah. But Bird Boy, he Australian.
But Sarah's also part Latina, isn't she?
Is she?
I believe so.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I could be wrong. If I am wrong, I'm sorry, but
I didn't know that, if she is. I just assumed. I shouldn't assume.
I don't know, but yeah, like, even if she is, like, that's only, what, 6?
I know Shit. What's her name?
Oh, Hillbilly.
Hillbilly, yeah. Oh, Hillbilly, yeah. And what's her name? Crap. But she's Hispanic though.
Oh, see, there you go. But like, yeah, guys, that just goes to show you if you're like weird about the comic book community because you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be welcome. Like, trust me, there's a spot for you.
True that. Like, man, honestly, I feel like the comic book community, it should be a safe place for everyone. I don't know how you can read.
I think it's getting to the point where it definitely is. The majority, is definitely diverse and cool and mellow and chill and just want to enjoy these pieces of art that we all enjoy.
True, because especially if
as
you
with
read
any group, you're going to have the
comics,
random.
Like, especially if you read superhero comics, how can you read about these heroes and whatnot and all these ideals and you be a piece of shit?
Right. Like, how can you be a fan of Superman and be a bigot?
Yeah. Make it make sense.
It doesn't work. That does not compute. Mm-hmm. Like seriously, like, how can you be a Captain America fan and, Yeah.
Exactly.
Be a racist? That does not compute.
You got a couple of them, man.
Yeah, I know. Like, and don't even get me started on the guys with the Punisher stickers on the back of their trucks.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Let me take that back. Not everybody with the Punisher sticker on the back of their truck's an asshole. But if you're in law enforcement and you have a Punisher sticker on the back of your car, you really need to read some Punisher comics and educate yourself on that character. Because that character does not support law enforcement.
That's the whole point of him doing what he does. Because the law failed him. And I'm just like
the first time I ever saw one of those stickers on the back of a cop car with a blue stripe going down the center of it, I'm like, whatever your political affiliations, that's your business. But the Punisher skull just isn't accurate.
I try to tell people, I'm like, if
like the Punisher does not like law enforcement.
I'm like,
at all.
How you get down. The Punisher literally tried to kill Spider-Man in his first appearance. That's probably your child's favorite superhero. and the Punisher tried to kill him.
Don't get me started on everybody that's tried to kill Spider-Man that everybody says is a hero. Okay, there's been multiples. How many times has Wolverine tried to kill Spider-Man?
That is true.
Nobody likes my boy Peter, bruh. Everybody tries to take him out. I mean, even the heroes try to take out Peter Parker.
Do you blame them, though, man?
Shield's always trying to tell him to stop being Spider-Man.
Do you blame them?
No, because he usually makes stupid decisions and screws stuff up.
The dumbest of decisions. The dumbest of decisions, bro. Like, I was reading Spider-Man today, and I was like, just saying random stuff to my wife. I was like, Peter, you literally cause your own problems, bro. Like, I get mad.
Maybe that's why I relate to him so much, because most of the horrible things that have happened to me in my life have been the result of bad decisions.
Are we all? Oh, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, man, I just want to say this has been great. This has been great catching up with you. I'm glad we got to do this.
we definitely needed this because, like I said, I haven't barely talked to you or seen hiding her hair of you in the last month.
Yeah, man, we've been busy, bro. Like and it's not our lack of trying, people. Like, we've tried to plan something, just nothing
multiple times. We were supposed last week. We were supposed to do an episode, or no, not last week. Week before that, we were supposed to do an episode with Michael Rothman from Nerd Initiative.
Yes,
and that had to get delayed a week because of something I forget. And we tried to do it again, and we had to get delayed again.
Yeah, and
then this time, we didn't even reach out to Michael. We were just saying we just need to do an episode.
Bro, when I messaged you, I messaged JJ and I was like, look, man, we need to do something, okay? Because
like it's been a while. There's people about to take over our spot on the recording software,
right, bro,
hosting site, and all that crap.
We need to hurry up. I look at Color Break. Color Break got like 3 episodes, like past hours.
They've had like 4 since our last one, dude.
4?
They're on like,
has it been 4?
They're on like issue like 8.
Gosh, dog it. They've been filming like each week, huh?
It seems like it, yeah.
Because I know
they've been filling the void that we left.
Because I know they just did their episode with Uncanny Ken. I enjoyed that episode.
That was a good one. That was really fun, actually.
I also enjoyed their episode with their Halloween episode with Jess.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. We have to get her on our show. Yeah.
For sure.
But yeah.
Who asked me? Somebody was asking me if we were going to do a Wonder Woman episode soon.
It was Jess.
Was it Jess?
It was Jess. Yeah, that's what I was like. We gotta get her for
okay.
Wonder Woman. Okay. We can do.
I'm gonna have to do some reading though, because it's been a long time since I read any Wonder Woman.
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I've read a lot of Wonder Woman. I probably still have to like brush up on some stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know some, but I would definitely have to brush up, especially if we're talking to her.
Yes.
You know, our group, each character basically has a corresponding member of the Crossover Comics crew. For those of you who don't know.
True that.
We have experts on certain characters in the group. Mm-hmm. And as far as Wonder Woman goes, Jess is definitely that person.
Oh, yeah. That's our Wonder Woman person. Orion is our New Gods expert.
Well, we got some new people that just came into the server too not too long ago, and who I don't even think realize that we do all these podcasts yet, or like. Right,
we need to get them on.
We need to start doing like we need to. There's like an orientation video on the Nerd Initiative site. Mm-hmm. I think we need to have one of those on the Crossover site.
Yes, at this point.
Like, just do like an orientation video for new people, because at this point it's getting really hard to keep track of everybody that comes in.
We still need to do our videos for the Crossover Comics TikTok, bro.
I know, dude, but I do my stuff. I do Nerd Initiative's TikTok. I do articles and videos for them. I'm doing my comic store now. I'm still self-employed with my mom's company. Like,
yeah, true that. It's hard, man.
People don't understand how much we all do behind the scenes to make these little like hour-long things happen. And then, like, our little videos and stuff, like a 3-minute video could take me a week.
Yeah.
With research and editing and, all that other stuff. Like, it's basically like running a very, very fast-paced YouTube channel.
Yeah. It's a lot. Especially, like, there's a lot of thinking that has to go into it. Like, with my storyline versus battles, I have to make sure I pick 2 storylines where I'm like, okay, this is a difficult decision. That way, like, stuff won't like,
right. You can't take
water,
like Flashpoint and put it up against like Judgment Day that just happened.
Right. There's no way.
That's a completely one-sided thing.
Yeah. So I'm glad with this last one, it actually went crazy. Like, for a second, Green Arrow and the Question was 50-50. I'm not going to reveal which one actually won until my video tomorrow. So, but yeah.
And I need to recheck the count, but the last time I checked, it was 50-50 for Plastic Man versus Dr. Fate.
That's insane.
The fact that either one of them are about to be in the finals.
Oh,
I mean, we know who's about to win, right? We know who's about to win the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. Simple.
I mean, the other character that's in the finals is freaking Dick Grayson.
Like, come on.
I'm sorry, but Plastic Man and Dr. Fate, again, either one of them against Dick Grayson, I don't think they have a chance.
It can't. We're going to see. We're going to see how that live go. I don't see it going any other way, but we're going to see.
But we all thought Batman was going to win the 30s.
I'm not going to lie. I thought Batman was too. but I was really shooting for Superman. I was like, I'm gonna do my best for Superman, but
bro, because honestly, like, I didn't care either way on that one. That one was truly like either one I would have been okay with.
Yeah, true that.
But again, the fact that Mr. Gleason himself decided to pop into that TikTok live, and then the fact that you were sitting there dressed up as Superman.
Yeah.
I think the combined assault did Batman in.
Yes. Well, we're gonna see. At
What's
least
funny is nobody has acknowledged that Batman is MIA. Like, the bat stands did not come out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Not one.
Yeah.
Was it just because of the way I did it? Like, was it that even that it was just acceptable?
I guess so.
Did I finally figure it out?
Yeah, I think so. You're right. Nothing happened.
No, because we were all expecting to get reported.
Oh my gosh, you were so right, JJ.
I think am I the only one to actually defeat the bat stand?
This is like the Da Vinci Code, bro.
Now, I can't say I'm the only one because King Lion has defeated the bat stands many times. But
yeah, his win record is crazy.
He's spotless right now. But the fact that that went on for a whole week straight, Batman versus Superman, and then a 3-hour-long live.
Yes.
Not one toxic comment, not one reported video, nothing.
Yeah.
It shows if you don't present it as a fight, it can be a civil discussion.
Yeah.
But once you start saying someone's going to lose to someone, that's like saying, I'm going to whoop your ass.
Right. That's like
I think that's why people get so upset. Like, you're insulting my character, saying my character would lose a fight. So what you're saying is I would lose in a fight to you. Has anyone... Dude, is that the first time I've heard that? I think that's the first time I've heard that theory.
Oh my gosh. You write it down, bro. Write it. Here it is. Crossover Comics first. We got a theory.
I think we figured out why the versus battle community is so toxic, bro. Dude. It's not the fact that you guys are mad that someone said your character is going to lose. It's the fact that you're internalizing it and making it about you versus that person rather than your characters against each other.
I hate this, but you know what, JJ? I don't think that the versus battle community is toxic. Like, the real community, it's not toxic. It's the people that don't make videos and they comment under those people's posts saying ridiculous stuff. Those are the toxic people. Those or the toxic people.
How is it that they all attract all that?
I don't know.
And then when we do our stuff, that doesn't happen really.
I think because we shut it down. We shut it down real quick. We're always like, okay, this isn't, I don't know.
We are pretty Banhammer happy, aren't we?
Yeah.
we keep the Banhammer ready,
we block
bro.
Real quick, man.
Well, because none of us most of us got on here, started doing this to avoid that. Because that's what we would encounter in stores or, on like message boards or in real life or whatever the hell. And so we're all like, oh, pandemic happened. Now we all can't go anywhere.
True.
Well, shit. Who do I talk to about comic books? Let's get on TikTok.
Right. Exactly. And it's and I hope people know this. Like, if one of us block you, we're all blocking you. We find out who those names are. No, we all are blocking you, bro. Crossover Comics don't
names get written down, screenshots are taken, videos are taken,
videos are made. No.
Once again, I'm going to give some respect to King Lion real quick because he has what he calls that Soul Snatcher 3000, man, and it's a hell of a device.
Yes.
Them external hard drives, y'all forget they exist. It takes a half a second to take a screenshot of that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to remember that before you go posting crazy stuff in people's comments.
Facts.
I don't normally talk directly to the camera like this in the podcast either, so I'm serious.
Dead ass. Y'all better hear that. Y'all better listen, boy. I tell you, man.
I'm serious. How many people have gotten banned because someone took a screenshot of something they said that they shouldn't
And
have
then
said?
people start getting like pathetic.
And then you delete the comment thinking it's gone forever. This is the internet. As soon as you put it up there, somebody's got it.
And people will be...
Somebody's going to take a picture of it. Somebody's going to screen record it, something.
And people get pathetic with it, too. They be, like, begging to be unblocked. Like...
Right. It's like, no. Once you've been blocked, you've already crossed that line. You don't get unblocked. Not on my channels. You don't get unblocked on my channels. If I've had to block you, that means you're done.
Another thing we gotta shout out King Lion for, because this man, he make people pay to get unblocked. Hey, if I blocked you,
that's not a bad idea, yo. That's not the worst idea in the world at all.
Sir, there you go, King. You do that.
Like, no. Before you abused that right, you had my stuff for free. You could watch all my content for free. But you lost that privilege. So now you have to pay for it. That's a good system, honestly.
Right? I was like, that's genius. That's genius. Yeah, man.
It gives people an incentive not to be a dick.
Yeah, but that's hard for some people.
It's really hard for some people. I think some people just don't have that off switch saying, this is a bad idea. You probably shouldn't say that.
I hate to say it, like a lot of people just don't have people skills.
No, or people want to like keep a situation going when it's already been settled.
Bro, yes. Oh my gosh.
Like you've already been proven a liar or whatever the situation is, and yet you still gonna make videos about somebody.
Like,
just stop.
Him. Stop.
Y'all wonder why you don't get no brand offers. Y'all wonder why you don't get no freaking companies reaching out to you to help promote anything. It's because you put off a toxic persona, and companies don't want to work with that.
Like, there's a reason. Like,
I mean, have you seen all the craziness with our other TikTok buddy?
Yes.
That came out recently?
Yes, I have. And
he who shall not be
that
named.
is, I'm not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. That's just crazy.
Nope. All I had to say to that was, I get bad vibes from people when I block them. Had him blocked for months before all that came out.
Yep.
All I said about it was, told you so.
My thing is, I wasn't going to watch somebody that can tell me what I already know. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing too. So like
or someone who, you know, just pulls random facts out of their butt.
Or tell me,
or random scans off Quora.
Once I already know,
to try and prove why something means this when you never read the damn comic book and it's very obvious.
Exactly. And then the whole drama thing, I'm like, honestly, I don't care. Whatever, they do what they want to do. All I can say is...
All I said was, I told y'all so. I trust my gut on stuff like that, man. If I get vibes from you that you're not my kinds of people, then...
Yeah. And you know what's crazy?
I'm rarely proven wrong in that circumstance.
You know what's crazy? I was like, dang, that's crazy. Whatever happened to that guy? It never clicked until, like, recently. I was like, wow, what? Yeah.
Yeah, he's been kind of MIA for a while.
But, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
It is what
you play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. That's all I got to say about that.
True that, man. True that. Well, I guess that can...
So before we run out of time on here, because we're kind of racking it up,
True that.
Is there anything you're super excited for coming up soon? I mean, I guess the most recent big thing just came out, didn't it? The Guardians holiday special.
Oh, yeah, I still haven't watched it because I'm not interested.
I haven't watched it yet, but all the clips I've seen have made me want to watch it, if that says anything.
I'm just not.
It looks like it's fun.
I just don't.
And that's all I want out of a Guardians movie is fun.
True that. I'm just not a big Guardians fan. That's just it. Like, I'm not too big on the Guardians, so I'm just like, I don't really have a.
See, I've always been a Drax fan, so before the movies came out, I already knew a good amount about the Guardians, and then I was like, oh, they're doing a movie. Like, because that was one of those teams I never really pictured getting a movie. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so excited.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I just I'm gonna probably watch it one day. I just hadn't got around to it. I'm not
right. I'll probably end up watching it all the way through closer to Christmas.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. And plus, there's not really nothing from Marvel that I'm too excited about.
I don't think anything else comes out this year, does it?
No. I think
we don't get nothing else until, I think, February.
Yeah, and that's Ant-Man. But I'm more excited to see what James Gunn is going to do with DC.
I'm very interested, especially with the Lobo rumors out there.
Bro, Lobo, Mr. Terrific, the fact he made Kingdom Come his like little banner on his Twitter. I'm like, what are you doing, James?
But here's my thought: if like we are all assuming Jason Momoa is going to end up playing Lobo, right?
I'm not assuming nothing.
So is Jason Momoa going to end up playing Lobo and Aquaman? Or are they going to recast Aquaman?
I think they should recast Aquaman. I never liked Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I don't know. I like that character that he plays, but that's just not Aquaman. I don't know who that guy is.
They should have made him his own character.
Yes.
They should have just made it Jason Momoa. The dude's a superhero on his own. Like,
so that tells me, bro, they're gonna do a full. They have to do a full like reboot of all this stuff.
And of course, you know, there's that little tease that Henry Cavill's coming back as Superman, but we don't know what kind of Superman is coming back.
I know this. If it's anything from what I saw in, you know, I mean, everybody knows, even The Rock said, I mean, Black Adam. If it's anything from that, I must say this. That is definitely not Snyder's Superman.
No.
Because that suit was brighter and he had the little S curl. So.
To me, that looked like Man of Steel.
Like that.
Cartoon Superman.
Yeah, he out here.
Is what it reminded me of.
They even played the Christopher Reeve theme.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that reminds me of Black Logo's Superman.
We could get that. I don't know.
And if we get that Superman, that is classic Superman. That is hopeful Superman. That is fighting for a better tomorrow Superman.
Heck yeah. Classic.
That's the Superman we all need.
Classic.
I don't want evil Superman. I don't want black suit Superman. Give me old school Superman.
And if they do Kingdom Come.
Funny story. Ooh. Man of Steel cartoon from the 50s or 60s or whenever it came out. That was my very first superhero exposure.
What?
Because it was on a VHS tape that I had. And it was an 8-hour pre-recorded VHS tape of just random old cartoons. What? And there was a whole, 6 episodes of the original Superman show on there.
That's dope. That's dope, bro.
It was like that. It was like a bunch of old Halloween specials from Looney Tunes. It was like a whole, there was old wrestling from the NWA on there. There was it was just such a random hodgepodge of old 80s and 90s TV.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Actually, those cartoons, those Superman cartoons, they're actually from the... Dude, I want to say they're from the
50s.
Actually, I think they're older than that. I think they're from the 40s, bro.
Really?
Yeah, because they were around the same time as.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me because
Betty
that was
Boop.
that was before Superman could fly.
Yeah. I think it had to have been the 40s.
That cartoon is the reason Superman can fly. Because they got sick of animating him jumping over everything.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people don't remember the whole, faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a roaring locomotive, can able to lay tall buildings in a single bound. Nobody cares about leaping tall buildings in a single bound with Superman anymore. The man can fly through time.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. He could sneeze and make the globe go backwards. I mean,
this man can blow out a star, bro.
Right. So,
yeah.
Superman has ventured so far from what he originally was.
Facts. I just hope they
But yeah, before we use up all the time from the other podcasts, we should probably sign out of here. So as always, guys, make sure you go and check out our sister channel, Color Break.
Of course.
They are on the same YouTube channel. They have their own Spotify channel, Color Break Podcast. Make sure you always tune in here to Crossover Comics Podcast. Check out my online new comic book store, ColumbusUndergroundComics.com. More stock going up there all the time. Make sure you follow both me and Longbox Entertainment on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, social media, everywhere. Did I forget anything?
I think you hit everything, my man. Yeah. Live long and prosper.
All right. Well, yeah, guys. Yeah, live long and prosper. Hit them with the Spock real quick. Everybody be safe, be kind, and take it easy.